Ooh. Well, I guess that's our intro, everybody. As Josh dips his Snicker into his coffee, we will dip our feet into this podcast.
Melted chocolate.
And the flavors are...
Yeah.
That is a Snickers bar into a black cup of
It's not like coffee candy or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's like what it is.
It's
Coffee and chocolate
And
that
Snickers.
are totally separate entities that did not go very well together.
What a great way to explain our podcast.
Yep.
3 separate entities that do not go well together.
Not go well together.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well,
Okay,
our
intro.
welcome back, everybody,
There you
to
go.
this struggle that is a podcast. Today, we're just going to talk about interesting things that we have in our life. We're maybe going to talk about some stories, some dreams, maybe where we like to poop, all kinds of stuff, because we didn't think of a good topic this week. So we're just going to make it up as we go, and maybe there's going to be a little bit of theology in there somewhere. Maybe.
I'm okay with this.
A little bit of
Before
Jesus.
poop or
We'll
after
sprinkle
poop?
some Jesus.
Well, the poop idea was Sam's idea, so
Right under the bus.
I'm gonna,
Right under the bus.
and it's a 2-ton bus.
2-ton.
Oh.
2-ton.
Well, who would like to start off?
I think Sam needs to tell us his favorite
Sam,
poop spot.
Tell us
no.
about pooping. Tell us about your
Home.
connoisseur of pooping.
Yeah, home. I'm a home guy.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever lived in more than one home?
At the same time, no.
No, separately.
What?
You don't have,
Okay,
you don't have to.
so I've lived in a few different homes,
Yes.
and I can tell you which
You have a favorite of those.
I have a favorite.
that you
of
like
those.
to.
So, do you have a favorite of those?
Oh,
Maybe like your childhood dream poop house, or
childhood dream poop house. Yeah, I'm just.
sounds like the world's worst toy or something. Childhood Barbie dream poop house. It's like a redneck Barbie.
Yeah, I had one.
There's an outhouse with a moon on the door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's pink.
I like that.
Well, enough about me.
What is even?
Luca, you had some dreams last night,
All right, yeah, we'll talk about the
and we need to get into that.
All right, well, I have.
First of all, do you believe that there's anything important that happens in your dreams other than the rest cycles and things like that physically?
I think that they can marginally tell you about what you're stressed out about and stuff like that.
Okay.
If you read into them a little bit, but no, I don't think I can predict the future. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're one of those guys.
No, I don't think I
Josh?
can look at a dream and then understand my entire psyche.
Right.
I think to an extent that dreams have.
Oh, you guys can
Value.
try and read my dream.
Yeah. Oh, let's interpret his dream.
Yeah.
I definitely am going to. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Good.
came
Sweet.
prepared before I knew what was going to happen.
I already know what your dream's about.
You're all prayed up and ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yep.
We're gonna
All right,
prophesy over you, bro.
Do you want the really dark and I don't know why I have these dreams one, or do you want the really cool one that I think needs to be made into a movie first?
Well, you know, it's
We can do both.
Josh and I are expert dream interpreters, and the one
Right.
that you tell us, then we will know what to tell you about yourself.
Right.
So you choose. No,
All right.
No
well, we'll do both.
Okay.
I'll throw the other one in just somewhere later. When
All
we
right.
run out of conversation, we'll come back to it.
All right.
All right. I'll start off with the really dark one because I think it'll be way more interesting to try and figure out what's going on here.
Okay.
So, just to spare graphic detail, basically, sometimes I have dreams where somebody in my life, it has been my
Dies.
dog before, is dying.
Dying.
And it is a result of me. I don't know. Sometimes it's an accident. Sometimes it's on purpose. I was trying to kill them, and then they're dying. But what always happens next is, whether I did it on purpose or an accident, I don't want them to be in pain because I care about them.
Okay.
So I try and kill them faster because they're dying slowly.
So okay. All right. So in your dreams, there are people you care about.
Yep.
They're dying.
They're dying.
You're the cause of it.
Not always. Sometimes I am.
And so your response in your dream is to put them out of their
their misery. That's all I want.
And speed the process.
Yeah. So last night it was Kristen. And
okay, everybody out there
I
on
had a
YouTube land,
knife.
Kristen is
and I was trying to kill her faster.
Luca's fiance,
Yep.
and so she is dying. We don't know why, but you are the cause of it.
It was in this one I was, and it was very violent and very gory.
Because you stabbed her. That was the violent part.
I stabbed her once.
Okay, where?
I don't remember. I think it was the ribs, and she went down. And then I was
think?
like, I probably shouldn't have done that. The least I can do is put her out of her misery.
And keep stabbing her.
So I stab her repeatedly, and then she's not dying. This always happens. They won't die. They always just are in more and more pain, and I can't put them out of their misery. So then I always escalate, and I have to go get something else, and then that doesn't kill them.
You get another weapon.
In this one, I went and found a gun.
But
the problem
the first
was-
weapon was a knife. and
Yeah, the
now-
problem
It's a
was
very personal way to kill
I
somebody.
couldn't find the gun,
You couldn't find the gun.
and she asked me to find it. Is the thing, but it made it even worse.
Wait, so she wanted you to kill her?
She wanted me to put her out of her misery.
Well,
at this
yeah,
point.
you stabbed her.
At
She was
this
probably
point,
pissed.
she was like, "Get a gun." And I just started ran into the house, and I was like, "Okay, I will. I'll do this."
So when you stab her, is she like thrash? Is this like a horror movie scene? Is she thrashing?
She was just kind of laying there. She didn't actually look like she was in that much pain.
She's just wait, like, all right, dude, are you done yet?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't look happy about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
So
could go
what do you
so
think
deep on
about
this
those?
one.
And the other time I had this dream, it was my dog.
So you never got the gun and you never killed her. You never found the gun.
I couldn't find it. The dream ended before I could find the gun. I found a lot of bionicles, though, which is a weird part.
Did you say bionicles?
Found a lot of bionicles while I was trying to find a gun.
Nerd.
The other time this happened, it was my dog, and it was the same situation.
Your dog.
But I did find the gun. Oh wait, I had a time before that where it was my grandparents.
You stabbed your grandparents?
I don't think there was a knife involved in that one. I think it
So-
was mostly guns.
Josh,
Okay, is it usually close members of your family?
It's always people I care about.
Okay, and do you usually start off with stabbing them?
No,
Okay.
But they are wounded in some way, shape, or form by the time.
they're wounded, and then I have to take it further to put them out of their misery.
Okay, but it's not necessarily you wounding them first.
No, I
It's
think
you
most of the
trying
time
to-
they come to me already.
They come to you wounded. See?
That's a pretty big deal. But this one with Kristen, she was doing
stabbed
just
her.
fine.
You know what?
Until you
I
let her
already
have
know
it.
what this dream is.
Okay, okay, good. I'm glad one
So,
of us does.
so a lot of people come to you with problems, right?
That's true.
And they want your advice, and you feel like
You make it worse.
yeah, exactly. Instead of actually helping them, you think, and you are helping them in real life, but your subconscious
I think
is
I'm making it
taking
worse.
yes
Is worried about
and
making
so
it worse.
you're like, instead of helping this person, I'm just going to put them out of their misery
Push
and
them
tell
over the edge.
yeah
Literally.
yeah. That's my interpretation.
That's actually not bad interpretation, Josh.
Thank you. It comes with being a dream expert. Okay. Just saying.
Card carrying member, dream expert.
Ooh. What do you
Yeah,
think,
I don't have
Sam?
much to add to that other than have you told Kristen about these?
No, I
dreams?
just had it last night.
Okay.
I mean, I told
So
her
you
about the
haven't-
other ones.
You haven't talked to her yet. Well, the thing that I think I would say to you is, wow. Yeah.
That is
You want to hear my interpretation?
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
I ate dairy before I went to sleep.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
you had what?
Dairy
Dairy.
before I slept. And
Which would be ice cream, no?
no, just yogurt.
Just yogurt.
Just a sour cream bowl? Or
Yeah,
what?
You know,
bowl
they
of
say you
sour
should
cream.
have a glass of water 20 minutes before you go to bed.
Really?
Yep.
When,
Takes care of having weird dreams and stuff.
really?
Yep.
Just washes out.
I kind of like having
Yep.
weird dreams, though.
Yeah, so do I.
I actually
I will
eat-
sometimes purposefully.
Yeah, I eat in
Dairy?
ways to induce them.
Like
Apple
chili.
juice and dairy. That's what you got to do.
Really?
Pizza and chocolate.
And turkey. Apple juice, dairy, and turkey.
Okay, wait a minute.
Right,
Apple
right
juice,
before you sleep.
dairy, and turkey.
Yeah, right before you sleep.
Why don't we just issue a challenge to everybody to have the strangest dream they can have
Yeah.
and send it in?
Eat all those things and then
I think
sleep
all three of
directly
us
after.
should do that. We should have a night where we just look
Just try
at.
and
We'll
read.
look up online the worst things to eat before going
Oh,
to bed.
yeah.
And then
sure.
And
we'll just have a
then
terrible
and
dream.
we'll set an alarm for a strange time during the night that we're not used to, and
wake
so
up.
we'll
Yeah,
wake
that
up
way
and
you
just be
wake
like,
up in the middle of the
"Whoa,"
dream.
Oh, yeah.
you know.
All right.
That's strange.
Well,
We could
yeah.
do that.
I'm down for that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Are you looking for your dream member card, or are you just swapping wallets?
I'm just swapping wallets. Been kind of time to do that for a while.
Did you wear one out, or you chose the podcast?
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, taco time.
Ugh, worst restaurant ever.
Now wait a minute. Why? Taco time
It's
is like
awful.
a step down from Taco Bell.
Taco time is
You
like
can
a
take
step, down from
Taco Bell.
food. Okay.
What?
I thought
Come
Taco
on.
Bell was the rock bottom. I didn't think
No,
you
no,
could take a
I
step
love
down from
Taco
that.
Bell. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
One, it's delicious, right?
Okay.
Two,
Wrong.
Give it-
dollar menu. Okay.
Yeah, cheap.
Only
true.
dollar menu left, except
That's
now
true.
McDonald's they did actually just
They have the
bring back
$1,
their
$2,
dollar.
$3 menu.
Yep,
Oh, do they?
just
So
brought
like
that
$1,
back.
$2.
Yeah, it's a trick.
Really? My 9-year-old loves Taco Bell. Yeah, he'll sit
Yeah,
down
he
with
does.
a box of 12 tacos, the crunchy ones, and just.
I would be down to join him sometime.
Yeah, yeah, he would love hanging out with you.
Well-
You guys can taco it up. Now, what is your deal with Taco Bell, Luca?
Taco Bell's
Other than it's gross, that's all we get.
It's so bad for you, and it's the same
Bad
ingredients
for you. What are you
repackaged.
talking about? It's all bad for you.
It's all the same ingredients. There's not a lot of creativity there.
Okay, do you like Del Taco?
Ooh.
Not really, no.
Okay, that's fair. And you know what? They start from the same company.
Really?
Yep,
Taco
same
Bell and
company.
Del Taco?
Interesting.
Yep, they split off eventually, obviously, but yep, they started out the same company. If you go down to Southern California, they got the big Taco Bell building.
They just changed the B to a D and then switched the order.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
what they did.
Wow. Took an L out.
Well, do you want to interpret the other dream?
Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
I'll let you take lead.
If I'm a fast food restaurant, though, in Luca's world, you're Subway, aren't you?
Probably, yeah.
The perception there,
Subway's
though,
pretty
is
good.
that Subway is creative and Taco Bell is not.
No, Subway's just healthy.
Yeah, but what
Healthy.
about Chipotle?
Chipotle
Chipotle's like
is
a
pretty good.
Subway. Oh, it is.
I
pretty
do
good.
like
love
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Yeah,
man.
Big fan. You can't.
I
get
think Taco Del Mar is my favorite, though.
Taco Del
I like
Mar.
Taco Del Mar too.
Yeah.
Taco Del Mar is pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
Oh yeah, they used to be an OC Point up there.
They are,
They're
yeah.
still there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's my go-to, man.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right
It's
there.
no Chipotle though. I mean,
you like Chipotle better?
well, I think so.
I.
I'm a
mean,
hipster.
I don't know. I think Chipotle is
You know
a little
what?
bit better.
Taco Del Mar is oftentimes not as busy as Chipotle.
Oh, that's the truth.
At least,
Or
at least the
presumptuous.
OC point, and
that's true.
that
There
is a
is-
benefit.
There is no
Yeah.
one in that restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they make some good tacos. Tell you what,
I always get burritos.
dude, their Mondo burrito.
Yeah,
that was a
it's
good
pretty
burrito.
Do you
Yeah.
get the juices on the top?
Oh,
The Juicies.
juicies. What,
Yeah,
what
I
do
just
you mean
have
by
some
juices?
juice and orange right on my burrito.
Orange juice on top of the bread. That's the way I like it. More orange juice, please.
This one time, me and Kyler were having macaroni and cheese that my mom made, and I got out some orange juice to pour in my cup, and I didn't realize I was doing it. So I was just talking to him. I just started pouring it right in my mac and cheese,
No.
and I'm like talking.
Did it
to him.
improve it in any way?
And then I looked at it. And like I thought about what he said, and I turned back and kept talking to him. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. And then at the end, he's like, "Luca, look at what you're doing." I'm like, oh. And I didn't want to waste it, so I tried to eat it, but it was so bad.
Were the
I had to
noodles
throw it
floating
away.
that amount?
It was soggy mac and cheese with citrus
With
flavor.
Citrus flavor. Oh, I don't feel good. You guys.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
Oh,
Yeah,
gross.
when I was a little kid, we ran out of milk, but I wanted cereal.
Well, yeah.
And my favorite show, my favorite movie, Brink. He was, did either one of you see Brink? He was the cool roller skating kid. Oh
No.
my gosh, you guys need to see Brink.
Brink,
That movie.
B-R-I-N-K.
That's the movie that made me want to be a professional rollerblader. Anyway, that was a big deal when I was a little kid. Apparently, you guys missed out.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had like orange juice in his cereal in the movie, and I thought, we're out of milk. I'm just gonna put some orange juice in my cereal because I'm a cool kid.
Right.
That was
Brink.
really, really gross. I did not power through it at all. It was Frosted Flakes and milk.
Oh, man.
Really bad.
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted
You
Flakes.
know, I think out of all the cereals,
I mean,
that'd
Frosted
probably-
Flake and orange juice, not
that would
Frosted.
probably be the one that would pair best with orange juice.
You think so?
Yeah, there's no distractions like chocolate or Fruity Pebble.
Oh, you know what?
Ugh.
Actually, chocolate might have actually worked because chocolate and orange taste really good together.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
You know what I hear is really good? Chocolate and bacon. Chocolate and
Yeah.
bacon. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, I've had.
I need
Yeah, I'm not
I
a
need to
big
get on the
fan.
chocolate and bacon.
I'm not
train.
a big fan of that.
You got to get the bacon crispy though, because if it's gummy or runny or chewy, fail. You dropped your old wallet. Mm-hmm. Should we auction your wallet off?
Yeah.
Leave him
To the trash can.
Bid in the comments.
Leave a bid in the comments. We had a comment from somebody I don't even know. Somebody on our 9 views from last week. Somebody
Why?
commented on there.
Really?
They said they liked it. They're like, hey, we want more, and it was a thumb
Wasting
up.
their time.
I think it might have been a spam bot.
All right. Hopefully I don't
gonna
hate this
email
wallet
us with
because I
some
kind of feel like
investment
I hate
options
this
later.
wallet.
Why? Oh, that's a nice one.
It's just...
You have so many cards. Hold it up for the people.
Yeah, hold your
start
ID
out with
right
3,
there.
then I
Yeah.
have an ID.
Yep.
3, and then my Taco Time card.
Make sure you get your
No cash.
credit card number in there.
No cash.
Yeah.
Social Security card.
Social Security card. You got a lot of cards. You're really important.
Yeah, well, this one has
Yeah, you whooped that one.
whooped
You
it.
had that since 8th grade?
No, since just after high school.
Nice. Okay, Luca, give me the other dream. This one's funny.
It's not. Well, it might be funny. It's really like a
Wait, was the
really
first one the dark
sick
one?
action
Yeah.
movie. I
Oh.
shouldn't have explained that before I said it. I just want you to go into this experience fresh.
This is the one you made a comic book out of.
So, me and my brother Nick,
Okay.
standing in an elevator.
Older brother.
Elevator's going up.
In an
We're
elevator.
wearing full tuxedos.
Okay.
You can tell by the elevator. This is like a casino type hotel.
All right.
You know,
This sounds cool.
it is.
So far, so good.
He had a red tie, I think. I think I had a green one. Christmas. And you know those those holsters that are like on your side here, and they got like straps going over your shoulder.
The old school ones.
Those are
We are
super
each
cool.
putting on 2 of those like a vest. So we have akimbo pistols, and we're just like going up his elevator nice and slow.
Okay.
Ding! Reach the top. Elevator doors
The door's open.
open slowly. This floor of this hotel casino is just trashed. There is stuff everywhere.
Okay.
There's people dead. There are people running away.
Well, of course there is.
Is there
And-
like
People are dead and running away.
dead bodies on the ground, sort of thing, or just like
Not many. There was a few.
There's a few.
I think most people got out alive.
Okay.
And everybody's dressed for the casino like an expensive casino.
Okay.
So they're all out fancy gear.
No, they're not wearing fanciness.
Are they naked?
No.
They're not naked?
No.
Okay.
That's good.
And then we look above us, and there's just like these eyeballs attached to like snake tails, and they're like flying through the air.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. And then on our left, there's this giant worm-looking thing that's like popped out of the floor of the casino. It's like, like
Yeah.
trash
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And me and him pull out our pistols, and they're laser guns.
Okay.
We're shooting the eyeballs out of the sky, and we're like running towards this giant worm, just taking it on head on. And it's like comes out of trying to attack us, and we're like dodging, and we can't shoot it. And we have the idea it's probably like softer in the mouth area, so we gotta get to hold its mouth open. So I grab this like cross of wood that probably like fell off the roof, and it comes at me, and it's like just shove that thing in its mouth,
Right
and
in
it's
its
like
mouth.
jammed open.
Yeah.
Shoot down its throat.
This sounds like a cross between like Men in Black and Rush Hour,
Yeah. Yep.
but in the best sort of
Yeah,
way.
a good crossover.
I think Jackie Chan should just bust out from Jackie Chan Adventures and like
Oh.
So the worm goes down.
Yeah.
It's dead.
What about that?
we're still going. Wow.
The eyeballs fly away. They leave. Me and him, we're thinking, like, what's going on here? So we walk over to this balcony on the far side, and there's this person down there.
Okay.
At first, we think it's normal. We're just like, who the heck are you? Out of nowhere, right out of their mouth comes this dart, kills Nick. He's dead.
Oh, shoot.
First off,
He's always got to die.
Snap.
it mind controls him, takes over his head,
Oh,
and then
no.
somehow, I don't even remember how, he dies from that. So I'm thinking, I need to kill this person, obviously. This is clearly one of the monsters. So I start shooting at it. Bullets are just reflecting off of that person's skin. Nothing is happening. And then they like machine gun fire these darts at me, and I like take cover, duck, like behind the balcony, and I just book it into one of these rooms to hide. And I'm just like thinking of a plan, like how am I going to kill this person or this monster? I can't shoot through its skin. This
Right.
thing is like impenetrable. So I'm hiding. I just like get in a closet basically because I can hear the footsteps coming. and like really slowly walks into the room with me. And I'm just sitting there. I don't know what to do. And I figure they're going to find me. So I just need to like surprise attack this person and hope that something goes well. And I'll just run out the room right after that, after the shock. So I'm getting ready to just burst open the doors of the closet. But then the person opens them themselves, finds me, grabs me. And then they shoot me with one of the darts, the mind control darts. And for some reason, it's not affecting me.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Huh.
So I figure I'm going to pretend that they have me under their mind control spell. So I sit there, I'm compliant for a second. Mm-hmm. And then I have the idea, I'm going to kill this thing the same way I killed that worm.
The same way I killed my fiance. With a giant knife. I'm glad I had practice.
I'm going to go get a gun because they won't be dead.
So as they're talking,
Oh, that's funny.
So as they're talking, I shove the gun inside of their mouth,
Oh, man.
and then the other gun in their ear.
Luca, you need to slow down on the video games.
I pull the triggers.
my goodness.
I pull both triggers, and nothing happens.
Oh.
They just stare back at me, and then the dream's over.
And then there it is. You didn't kill. Now, let's go ahead and use your skills there on that interpretation.
Yeah, so what does that dream mean, Josh?
It means don't eat dairy before you go to bed.
I think this is a testimony to why you should. That was an amazing dream. I want to see this movie.
It's Steven Spielberg got all of his best ideas from eating too much dairy
Before bed.
he went to bed. Yeah.
This was an amazing idea. I wrote a comic on it, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, the interpretation. Well, there's a lot to cover here.
Yep.
So the monster at the end that you couldn't kill with the two guns, that's your father.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, it has no meaning whatsoever. It was cool. It was cool.
It's totally cool.
There's too much there. There's too much.
I don't ever get those kind of cool dreams.
Dude, I have a lot of them, actually.
Mine are always like sort of like allegorical, metaphorical. Just like you wake up and you're like,
What was
like I understand kind of what that meant.
Yeah.
Why was the whale there? You know, like one time I had this. Like I have a bunch of weird dreams. Honestly, mine are most of the time not half as cool as that. But I wake up in like
amazing.
But sometimes I get those dreams where you're like, I do have a bike. You know, and you go down to the garage and you're like, there's no bike here.
Yeah. I know what you mean. You think that something in the dream is real.
Yeah.
I one time dreamt that I had lived every day of school up until summer. It was summertime, and I woke up and I was
You thought it was
so
summertime?
angry that it wasn't summertime. It was actually the middle of the year.
Yeah. Dreams are tricky sometimes.
Dreams are tricky.
Dude, I've had some great dreams. I had a dream one time that I was jujitsu wrestling a werewolf, and then at first I was losing, and then I started winning, and at the end I looked down at myself and I was a werewolf.
Oh,
That one is easily interpreted.
You have become the beast.
I've become the monster that I was trying to defeat. That's
Exactly.
great.
That
one had pretty cool build up too. Like the other one I said, I was like helping out superheroes, but I wasn't a superhero, and I was talking about how I'm not strong enough to help them, but then I go help them anyways.
It takes a very unique person to be able to remember that kind of.
I write them down.
Do you?
If they're that cool.
Oh yeah. I think I did that for a while. I had like a weird season of just really bizarre dreams. And then I've had like years where just like
No dreams.
nothing. Just like you wake up, I'm like, I'm so happy that I'm awake now, and that was a nice rest, but nothing happened.
But no dream, yeah.
Sleeping is weird.
It is weird.
We take in a bunch of food all day, and like, you know, we get energy from it, but then at the end of the day, we're still tired.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like, we're sleeping. And,
Sleep is such a design flaw.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just weird. It's just like
You have to be unconscious for a third of your life.
I was listening to a comedian, and he was talking about this, and he's like, try explaining sleep to an alien. So you're like, yeah, we eat and we get energy that way, and he's like, okay, I get this. That makes sense. And he's like, and then we do this other thing, and he's like, what is it? Sleep. And he's like, well, what's that? It's like we go into a bedroom alone. And we lay down for roughly 8 to 16 hours with our eyes shut. And he's like, He's like, because at the end of the day, we're still tired after having consumed all the energy we need to make more energy by sleeping. He's like, that's strange. He's like, no, it's cool though. We get to watch movies in our heads. It's like,
Well, I don't dream anywhere near as vividly as you guys have described here.
okay, I do have a question though for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, have you ever had a flying dream?
Falling, not flying.
Never flown in my dreams.
You guys have never flown in your dreams?
Nope,
No.
falling, but not flying.
I heard.
He's gonna have
You
another
got
one.
the yawns, I got the sniffles.
No, I think we dream. I think we sleep not because I think our bodies just need to like process stuff. I think we need to like reset our chemicals and all that stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there's a lot to it for
Takes,
sure.
takes a lot of energy to make a dude.
Well, this is an
Move around.
interesting time to talk about the Uberman sleep cycle.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring that up because Luca and I have talked about this idea, and its apparent costs. But it's a sleep cycle designed by a man named Uberman,
Believe so.
and he is more than just a man. He's an Uberman. Okay,
right.
and then here's why. Here's why. He says that every 6 hours you should
Well, not
sleep.
should. This is a way to do it.
A way to do it. You should. In
He's
order
not
for-
saying. He's not claiming it's better. Than
Oh, so his
sleeping
Uber
enough. Well, he might. I don't know. I haven't done that much.
Oh,
research
is he
on it.
saying every 6 hours you take a nap?
30-minute nap.
Yeah, every 6 hours, 30-minute nap.
Okay, so think about that. So
Well,
what time did you get up? 8?
8.
Yeah, let's go with
45.
8:45. We'll go with 9. You go 9 to 3, and then you sleep for a half an hour.
Okay.
Well, you'd sleep at 2:30, 2:03.
Right. Sorry, that's why I screwed that up.
End of that 6 hours.
And then you pop up and you run another 5.5 hours, sleep a half an hour, pop up, run another 5.5, sleep a half an hour. So there's the 6-hour cycle.
I see.
So it,
So every 24 hours, you only sleep 2 hours. 6 more hours of doing
Well-
things each day.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas Edison is famous for his cat naps.
Really?
Yeah, so he'd basically just be like, all right, it's time for my 2-hour nap, and that's how he'd go. And he'd just take 2-hour naps. And never have like, here's my 8 hours of
Right.
sleep or anything
Never
like that.
condensed.
The more
I mean,
you
that's supposedly, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough. I know he took a lot of cat naps. So maybe he did the 8-hour thing as well as his cat naps, but I know there's stories of him being like, 72 hours of just 2-hour cat naps,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And,
The idea is that the more you spread it out and the shorter you can get the sleeping periods, the faster you go into REM,
right,
Right.
which is
rapid
which is what you
movement.
need. So
Yeah.
you're just training your body to just cut the crap and get right to the good stuff.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
And then you can be more productive that way.
I kind of wonder if you can help yourself because I don't understand REM totally, but I know it's rapid eye movement. So if you
Yeah.
just like, just like move your eyes,
what
just
you're
like a
doing.
bunch.
I don't know if that's what that
You
means.
can't force yourself into it.
I don't think.
I think
yeah.
I think moving your eyes fast is a symptom of whatever's going on.
Yeah, you're having
Yeah.
a seizure.
I don't think it's
Well,
what we need.
Here's the
You
weird
need
thing
to
about
sleep.
dreams, though, is like like this long story of you in the casino took place in like 2 to 4 seconds,
Right.
maybe 10 tops.
Maybe
It
2
could've,
brain
like,
cycles.
could have happened in 10 seconds, but like that is a long.
In all
I
its,
never thought about
in
that.
all its vivid everything, it all happened all at, like really quickly.
Yeah, we have like
about
millions of dreams, which is super weird. So it's like hyper time basically.
Yep,
I was just talking to somebody about this, and like there's a thing where they want to induce people into their dreams so that they can basically discover a bunch of stuff that's going on in
About
the
the
real
brain.
world because they're trying to access
So, like,
hyper time.
slows down time basically.
Yeah, because in your dream,
your brain
you're,
process
yeah,
faster?
you're processing things at such a fast rate that we can't
Dude.
do in real life because we can't keep up with the
Can't
machines that
function
would be
and do the
doing
thing.
that and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And so they're like, if we can self-induce sleep and make these circumstances happen in the dream.
Self-induced sleep. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do that.
You know?
That's available technology.
Well, right, but it has to be able to. You have to
Marijuana.
be able to control the circumstance
Yeah.
of the dream in
Yeah.
order to get the desired outcomes. But it's super
so,
interesting.
That's so interesting.
fascinating.
So basically, there's this.
You'd have like these huge leaps in technology if you
Yeah.
could do that, because you'd be like, yeah, we just like in one night, this guy's really going to be exhausted probably. I don't know how it worked, but like through this one guy's dream of work,
You'd wake
we
up
spent
with all the energy to
10
do it.
years of time in one night, or however, whatever type of time
so
is.
that just brings me to this dilemma that I just thought of. Is it more productive to sleep less so you're awake more so you can do more things, or figure out how to sleep more efficiently to be more productive? Because it slows down time. Both give you more time.
The thing that sleep is so precious. If you guys both sleep really well, don't you? You don't have any problem sleeping.
I used to. Then I got a little
before the
cat.
test. Yeah. Then you got a little cat.
I hate
Yeah.
So I hate cats
She's
too.
awful.
You have a dream of stabbing that one. So
I would not be surprised if I've had several dreams of stabbing that cat.
I don't ever want to hurry up my sleep if I can. I've spent lots of time in my life like trying not to sleep so that I could do more of this, do more of that. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, but I think that's
Rest
because you're
is super important.
doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I think that
That's what I'm
rest,
saying.
you should be still getting that rest, but the thing is you don't need
Luca,
it to be
what would
8
you do
hours.
with another 6 hours without sleep?
Built so many Legos.
That's where I was going with this. Bionicles would be
Little
taking
Legos.
over your
I
life.
actually learn how to.
No.
I learned how to invest.
This is where I was going with this.
I could do so much, honestly.
learn how to invest
I could
Legos?
actually work on a hobby instead of just doing college.
Okay.
I could,
Like what?
I
Like
could
Legos?
I could. I'm working on this like comic book type of thing. I could actually work on that instead of just thinking about it.
Rad.
Sounds awesome.
Okay.
My only concern with the sleep cycle is though that I don't know for sure. I haven't actually researched this, but I think that your muscles recover the most when you're sleeping, and I work out a lot. So I think that might be a problem if I'm only giving my body 2 hours of just recovery time.
That's the thing.
But if
is
you're
what are you
just
trying to do?
Yeah, if you're just someone like an artist or like a
Artists?
scientist, this sleep cycle might be really productive.
Yeah, artists
Or
are the
not.
type of people in any vision of what the art's going to be, whether that's painting, drawing, shooting videos and taking pictures or whatever, writing music. No matter what type of art you are, it's like the more tired you are and holding yourself awake, the more creative you are because
You think?
Oh, by far, yeah.
Really?
3 a.m. is the hour of what is it called? I can't remember. There's like a term for it.
The witching hour?
The 3 a.m. I can't remember. It's the dreamer hour or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's like 3 a.m. is the specific hour where most creative ideas come because most people are on a specific sleep schedule, and that's where you
Yeah.
kind of get loopy. Other people who don't do that do other things.
I see. You like sleep.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. There's actually
Like
a website
drugs.
for the. I see. There's actually a website for the Uberman concept here.
cool.
Polyphasic sleep.
Yeah,
is what
there's
it's
other
called.
ones where you actually sleep more than that, and the naps are set out differently. This one's the most extreme and the less sleep, so I like to talk about that one first.
Okay.
I think I would
Okay.
go for like 4 hours.
This guy said you're sleeping for 20 minutes at a time every 4 hours round the clock.
Okay.
When I did it, I took a nap at 8, 4, 12, and then 4, 8, and 12 again hours, right? This totals a mere 2 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period. As a forewarning, yes, it sucks. Oh my, to get used to, but after about 2 weeks, you'll never want to give it up. So he said he's only been able to do it in
So
college,
he does every 4 hours.
which means he's only able to do it in college. So he's probably the least productive human being on the planet. Just saying. And then you could probably guess this tip, but here it is anyway. Do not, under any conceivable circumstances, oversleep. Oversleeping on this schedule in the beginning, you won't oversleep after the beginning if you try, is devastating. You'll be exhausted for at least a day. So make sure to wake up every 20 minutes and don't skip any naps. Skipping a nap, no matter how long you've been doing this schedule for, will make you tired until you get the next 2 naps in normally. All right, so which one of us is going to try this? It is unrealistic in my life to be able to do this.
I think
Yeah, I can't do that either. I have classes.
Right, so 4 hours.
No, I could do.
4 hours and
There's another one where it's a double cycle where you sleep. You sleep 2 times a day in bigger chunks. I could probably do that one.
Oh, okay.
I could probably do that one. But the thing is, I'd have a bunch of time in the middle of the night. And you know what I'd use that for? to watch like Star Wars: The Clone Wars or something, just like a
Yeah,
very
probably.
long animated series.
See,
that's just like
you have
has
to
nothing
do this
to do
with
anything.
other people, so you can go spend time with them during this.
Yeah,
Why?
Because then otherwise you're just sitting at home and every day.
I guess I'd probably play Super Nintendo.
See, this is what I'm saying. You'd have all
it
this
might be
time,
worth it.
and
It might
everyone
be
would do
worth it.
nothing with it.
Well, I don't think every.
Maybe
I think
I-
that you can use it productively.
Maybe we should build a hovercraft.
Yeah,
Dude,
now
you
that's
could
what
do
I'm
that.
talking about.
I've thought about it. There's plenty of blueprints and schematics on how to do that.
No, I think
Are
a
there?
lot of creativity
Oh, yeah.
happens when you're dreaming. So I'd also be concerned about. I want to dream as much as I can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you remember your dreams and write them down.
That's true because in the sleep cycle, because you go like right into REM and right out, you
In theory,
have
after 10 days.
crazier dreams and you remember them better.
I don't know. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, it's very unrealistic in the society that we have
Yeah.
because everyone does 8 hours.
Well, you could do it in school if your schedule allowed it.
I think most college students do the sleeping 2 times, like 2 hours during the day, just a nap, and then like 4 hours at night.
Yeah.
I think a lot of college students
think
do
a
that
lot of them do
on
that.
accident.
Yeah. I think so. I don't know.
They stay up to do homework and then they
That
they
is
have
what
to
they're
crash.
doing. Yeah.
Verse of the day.
Verse of the day.
Verse of the day. This one is.
I actually haven't read it yet.
It's
and-
an Ecclesiastes verse. Let me surprise you with it. Okay.
Yeah, why don't you
Okay.
give that?
All right. Nope. I'm sorry. It's Matthew 18. I was close. Ecclesiastes is Matthew. Really close.
I love a good Matthew.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered as my followers. The app just crashed.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name.
I am there among them. So that's
There
the
you
New
go.
Living Translation. If we did.
Where do you think he is?
Who? Jesus?
Yeah.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there
Right inside there.
am I among them.
Behind the shirt.
Behind the shirt,
Behind the chest.
chest. Nope. Keep looking.
Inside the heart.
Yeah.
That's where he is. Perfect place to start. Man, I should write a children's book.
Whoa.
I don't
You could write a children's
Now that
book
you're
with
on
all
this
that extra time.
Uberman sleep cycle, you have lots of time.
Under
so
the
many
shirt
books.
into the heart, the perfect place for Jesus to start.
Ooh, that's
Every child born, I don't know.
Let me
I'll work
remove
on
the
it.
under the
left
shirt
and
part.
right.
Born left and right.
But
They will see.
child will
I
burn.
really like that verse. It's very
Upright.
reassuring.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like God's not there.
Yeah.
And it's like you're gathering in his name. He's there.
Yeah,
He got you.
he got you.
He got you.
I suppose the question is he there whether you feel it or not? But
That's tough.
it is tough.
'Cause I think
Oh,
that
well, I mean, it feels tough, but I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, he promises to never leave you nor forsake you.
Yeah.
So I mean, to just be like, I don't feel God today. It's like, well, that's kind of doubtful. Like, I feel that way a lot. So, sometimes I'm like, wow, like I feel like God is really here right now. And, sometimes you just feel like God is really working in your life. And then, at least for me, I have plenty of times, even like really long amounts of time where I'm like you just have to,
close.
you have to trust his word, and that's why I think it's so important to believe that the Bible is the inspired word of God, because
therein you find him.
yeah,
I like it. I like it.
sometimes though I struggle with like, am I even really following God right now, or do I have ulterior motives? Am I just following my own thing and just forgetting about God? And that's when I feel like I can't feel him.
yeah.
Interesting. So, when you begin to question your motives, is when you feel God is distant.
Or when I just kind of forget when I just start getting more focused on my stuff.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
When I get more focused on my stuff and doing my thing, I stop feeling it. And then it's harder to like get it back, I guess.
Yeah.
I see. Do you concur?
Yeah, I mean, God works differently with everybody, I think, and so sometimes people are living in, serious sin just all over the place, but they're still his people.
Yep.
And he draws, sometimes I think he draws extremely close to those people, and they feel him all the time.
Yeah.
And feel his comfort and his love, or sometimes feel the conviction of the Holy Spirit all the time. And then sometimes I think there's people who follow him much closer and are, seek him daily, and yet he reveals himself to them possibly much less. And it's not that, one day both of those two people in those scenarios are going to see God, and, they're going to be told, well done, good and faithful servant. And so I think it's a struggle for everybody to feel God's presence from time to time, but I think it's up to God how he works in each individual's life, I think is where I was going with that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, that was really loud. I'm sorry.
We really want a formula, right? We really want a formula, and we really want to feel it all the time, except when we don't.
Yeah.
And then, and then we're like, well, I don't want to feel God's presence right now. I'm doing my thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think so much of it is,
You don't want them to watch when you're doing the wrong thing.
right, yeah. And so much of it is based on our like really limited perception of whether God is near or far or here or not here, Yeah. So
I often wonder how a lot of God's people in the Old Testament times felt. Did they feel close to God? I kind of feel like most of them don't. I feel like, I feel like a lot of the closeness we feel with God is that separation. The tearing of the veil is what I meant to say. I wonder if maybe Noah felt kind of close to God from time to time, but most of the time he was just trusting, and that's where that comes from, counted as righteousness.
Sure.
I wonder a lot what the Holy Spirit feels like, because I've never been a part of, not part of God's people. I've never felt like the opposite of that. So I always wonder what does the Holy Spirit even really feel like? Because I feel like I've always had it.
Yeah.
So I'm so used to it, I don't know the difference.
Yeah. And I will tell you both, because I know you're both feeling that way at certain points, but as you grow and as your life changes and as your perspective changes, that changes too. So there'll be a time in your life that will be precious and terrifying where you will have walked away. And you'll know that the feeling of leaving the Holy Spirit, if you will. And I think that's something that's no parent wants me to say this, but I think it's something super important for every single person, especially those that are raised in a Christian home. Like for my son, he's growing up. He's going to grow up, knowing about Jesus and that kind of thing. But there is a time in his life that needs to happen where he says, "No, I don't believe this anymore." Does that make sense?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Yeah.
No, it does. Because the thing is, Luca and I feel that way because of being brought up probably in very Christian homes
and conservatively, right?
And wherever, but you have that closeness with God, and there's some people in those families who make all those right decisions, as we call them, the best ones they can make.
Sure.
And they just stick close to God the whole time. And then there's some people who wander off, and you have the story of the prodigal son. Mm-hmm. And both of those are beautiful stories that God orchestrated, in my opinion.
Right.
And the beautiful thing is that he called both of those people by his name and said, here's your salvation, here's your ticket. It's all by grace.
Yes, right.
But I would much rather not have stumbled away and,
Really? At this stage in your life?
Yeah, no, here's two scenarios.
It brought you here.
Here's the way I think of it.
Brought you next to me.
True, did. That's God's grace, though. He could have not called. The way I think about it is, you have two stories, and you have one guy who took this really, both guys are going to a baseball game.
Okay.
One guy is taking a road with a bunch of potholes, and it's raining, and there's a bunch of sheep and everything all over the road, and he's killing people left and right. Just to get to the baseball game, it takes him 3 hours to get there. It's a horrible, horrible situation.
Right.
And you have the other guy who's coming from north side of things, sunny, no potholes,
Still gets to
the baseball game in an hour.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be that guy. Because I experienced a great drive and I still got to my destination.
Sure. But the thing is, is how much more does the baseball game matter to the guy who earned it than the guy who walked
Say
there?
the guy who earned it.
The guy who earned it. The
I don't
guy.
know if that's the right way to look at it.
No, I mean he had to sweat it out to get to the baseball game. He had to sweat it out. He had to run over the sheep.
Going now.
He had to. How much more is that baseball game worth it to that guy who didn't stop his progress? He had all kinds of distractions and trouble.
I think that,
but didn't stop.
I think you're missing what Josh is saying. The pothole guy isn't the one that struggled. He's the one that went away from God. I think you're confused. The other guy didn't. Both of them worked to get there. One guy did it with God. One guy didn't have God, and that's why there was a bunch of sheep in the road.
How did he get to the baseball game without God?
Okay, he found God. They both.
Well,
found God.
I mean, what I'm saying. Okay, so both of these people have been given the gift of grace. Okay, both of the people have been given the gift of grace
to be at the baseball
and they get
game.
to go to heaven. Heaven
Which
is the baseball
game. Is heaven.
Right.
Okay.
Now there's only one way to heaven, which is through
road.
the narrow gate, Jesus.
Right.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily the same road. It's the same gate.
Same gate.
So how did they get to that gate? Jesus is the gate.
Jesus
Okay.
is the gate.
All
At
right,
the
he is
baseball
the only ticket. He is the only way to the baseball game to heaven. But both of them had to take two different paths. One of them followed God the entire time, and Jesus was there the whole time, leading him to the gate. The
Which
other guy
made his
was
path.
being
I think the assumption, though, is that he followed Jesus the whole time, which made his path.
cleaner,
Easier.
Exactly.
I don't
His
agree.
I don't know
burden
if
is
it's
light.
easier. I don't
Just
know if it'd
don't
be easier,
agree.
but I see what you're
But-
saying. I think
right.
it is better. Can I just be a translator here really
Yeah,
quick? I think
please
you
do.
guys
Do it quick
I think you
because we
guys
gotta go.
actually agree with each other.
Yeah.
Sam, I think you're saying that sometimes you have to go through not having God to actually have
Yeah,
God, to value it, to see the difference.
I completely agree with
And
My
Josh, I
statement,
think you're
though, is
saying-
that
yeah.
it is not sometimes. It has to happen in your life.
Okay.
My statement is that it has to happen.
I think it can be
I-
necessary sometimes.
Okay, sometimes.
But yeah,
I say yes.
I wouldn't say all the time. And Josh, I think you're saying that it would be a better world if we were all just had Jesus all the time, and we'd prefer to have that life. And I'd agree with that. I would prefer to always have Jesus in my life.
I mean, there was a man who lived 300 years on earth and walked with God all the time, and he's probably, according to many scholars, going to be one of the two prophets that comes back in the time of Revelation. God would not have used him otherwise had he been the one to wander off. I think there's many times.
What are we talking about?
I wish we had started with this topic because this is the
now
one.
we're 5 minutes up where we want to be.
Yes, because this is where we get into deep theology. Like this is good stuff.
Okay.
I love this conversation.
Okay.
But I think we need to save this, right?
I think
we
me and
gotta
Josh,
figure out a way to do it.
I think, are saying we'd prefer to live in a world where what you're saying doesn't have to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
think we can
Oh, I
all
see.
come
There
on
we
there.
go.
I'm not saying that. There's 100%
Right.
huge value to
Right.
what you are saying.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, if I had a child, which I'm far from that, ladies,
You don't
help
know.
me out. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Wow. I want one today. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me talk you out of that, dude. It's tough.
Yeah, no, yeah. Anyway, but I'm just saying, if I did, okay, I would want him to grow up with the Lord, and I would want him to walk in the ways of the Lord all the days of his life and be as close to God as possible.
All the
And
time.
if he, you don't necessarily need to wander off to understand that value.
Yeah.
For instance, my dad's testimony is great to me because he wasn't with the Lord his whole life. But he knew of the Lord. He kind of walked in that way. And one day he was driving, listening to rock and roll music, and he heard God speak, and he said, "Seek first the kingdom." And I was like, whoa, okay, that's crazy. I don't know if he's ever had any other experiences like that. And, he's one of the people who's given me that advice of you don't always feel God's presence.
Right.
It's not about feelings. It's about what God's word says.
Right, yeah.
And so to me, I think my dad didn't need to wander off. True, he did have an experience where he wasn't really with the Lord, but he wasn't really far from the Lord.
Okay.
Most kids get saved at 16, 20 years old.
4:14 window, yes. Yep.
So I'm just saying,
Well, I think it's
I
about
think
time.
there's huge value to that. But
Yeah.
I'd prefer it personally if I had just followed God and just been close on my deathbed, finally,
Yeah. But I think that's a combination of your regret for doing what you did, but it also brings you to a sweet place where you understand the grace of God in a deeper way.
Oh,
Those who
I
have-
definitely do understand the grace of God.
and
in
I
a
don't think
deeper
you would
way.
have that
And
had you
I agree
not
with
made
both of you.
those mistakes. We have to see
I
ourselves
agree
out
with
of
both
here.
of us
I
as well.
do. I think that you both have great points, and I think that
Thank
you're
you.
just communicating it in a way where you have to disagree with each other.
Well, yeah, that's a
Well, I
podcast.
wish we had been able to. Yeah, true. Wish we had
podcast.
been able to do the full circle quicker, though. I mean, longer time. Anyway, I guess we got to close this thing out. You
I
wanna
guess
do it,
I
brother?
don't know, but I gotta go to the thing.
All right. Thanks, guys,
This
for
has
joining
been
us.
Tres Blancos, and we
Yeah,
are.
let's just all try and do an outro
Trace-
separately.
Oh, there we go.
So,
That's it. That's good.
Oh boy.